Hello, my name is Austin Smith, and it is good to be with you virtually, remotely. Um, Hopefully, I'll see you in person or in real life sometime soon. But for now, I'm happy to be with you virtually or through this little video as you are figuring out the honors program and how you're going to finish up your undergrad degree. Um, I guess to give you a little bit of context as to where I fit into the bigger picture of psychology, I'm a, a cognitive neuroscientist and I tend to teach classes like Psych 255, Biological Foundations of Behavior, Psych 356, Human Neuropsychology. So I'm in this side of psychology that tries to understand human behavior by looking at the brain and the brain as the source of behavior. So there are a few of us in the department that are on that more cognitive end of psychology, understanding people's brains or, thoughts and how they shape our behavior in that way. How I differentiate myself a little bit or how I'm a little bit different is most of my research centers around lateralization. So just broadly the lefts and rights or asymmetry in the world, in our bodies, and stemming from the asymmetry in our brain. So we have your left and right hemispheres, and they are not the same. They work together, and mostly your behavior and functioning in everyday life is pretty seamless. You don't really think about your left and right brain, but in the lab, we can run some neat experiments to try kind of isolate certain functions that maybe are a little bit more left brain or more right brain, and ask some pretty interesting questions. The nice thing about I'm a bit sick, so I don't also always sound like this if we've never met before or if we have met before. That's the further context as to this video right now. But my research is generally pretty flexible, which is nice for honors projects especially, which require a lot of flexibility. I've done all sorts of kind of different projects ranging from, working with little kids and getting them to put pictures on a board and then kind of analyzing that and seeing where do they put sunshine, where do they put mom and dad and dog, and, doing pretty interesting in what we call like spatial ability. So what do they arrange things? How do they arrange things in certain ways? Ranging to projects where we've been analyzing a huge kind of data set from people's cars, where, looking at, do people make left or right turns? Do those usually lead to more or less accidents? Do they spend more time on the left or the right side of the road or within a lane even? Drifting behavior. So laterality is kind of everywhere, and you can examine it in many different ways. So even if you're coming into the honors program, not thinking, oh, I'd want to do anything with laterality, which I think rarely people do, but usually we can kind of tailor a research question to, if you have, some interests that you're pretty set on looking at, we can find some common ground. Right now I'm examining something called the posing bias, where people tend to put their left cheek forward when they're posing for a picture. I guess I might be mirrored. I don't know what you're seeing on the other side. This is my left cheek. And that's when they want to display emotion or show more emotion. So I've got a few projects on the go that examine things that modulate emotional posing. Specifically looking at politics. We've had a lot of elections in the last little while. Also looking at mask wearing, because now we're all wearing masks all the time. So people's perceptions of emotions when people are wearing masks, does that kind of hold? I've also done in the past research looking at aesthetics and aesthetic preference. So, what makes things pretty, or what do people think are pretty artwork? I've done some research also with right to left readers. So as an English speaker, read and write from left to right. And then languages like Farsi or Hebrew, they read from right to left. And a lot of these lateral biases that myself and others explore tend to not really hold up so well when you change the reading direction, which is pretty interesting. So I'd like to do more there. And that's kind of a brief overview of where I'm at with things. And I hope this is kind of helpful in giving you a little bit of an idea of what I'm up to, where you might fit in uh, as you are trying to figure out your honors stuff. So it's been good to be with you, and I will hopefully talk with you soon in the new year, 2022, in person. Sounds good. Okay, see you.